It's here, it's here. DCS multithreading is finally here. This is probably the most talked about and anticipated DCS update for probably the last 6 months. So what benefits are we going to see to the new updated 2.8 version that includes multithreading? Well, we should in theory see a minor performance upgrade across the board for anyone with a more modernish CPU, especially flying over towns or any parts of the map that has a little bit more detail. I think the real improvements are going to be seen on the large scale battles. Not only performance improvements, but the ability to generate bigger battles in the sky with bucket loads of things happening around you. Now, I've tested this in a few scenarios and I can tell you I was fairly happy, even a little bit surprised. I'm not really looking at the numbers in detail, but I reckon I maybe saw around a 5 to 10% increase in FPS. It wasn't without its problems though. I did see a few stutters through the basic testing and some of the campaign modes and missions. Quick tip, if you want to keep an eye on your FPS to see what you're getting, there's a handy shortcut inside DCS, which is the right control plus pause. This will bring up a little FPS counter on the corner, which can be pretty useful. Now, back to it. So for a little bit of context, my system is a 9th gen Intel Core i5 with a 3070 NVIDIA graphics card. I'm also running triple 1440p screens, and I have not tested VR, just so you've got something to compare against. Now, those stutters that I mentioned, it could be possible that I've got a GPU bottleneck now that the CPU has been given some legs to run. I'd love to hear what sort of results that you're getting. Drop it in the comments, and remember to stick your basic system info in there too. It'll be interesting to see what everyone's getting. To add to that, I've seen some DCS users say they got upwards of 40% in VR, which, I mean, 40% that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Again, I'll stress that everyone's system is completely different and VR headsets vary too, so just keep that in mind. Look, regardless of how it performs on day 1 or day 2 or even the first month of the update, remember this is a beta, and keeping that in mind, I think it's extremely important to take the extra time to send feedback and crash reports to Eagle Dynamics. This is only going to get us further faster, and I'm sure they'll be working hard behind the scenes, gathering feedback and making more updates in the weeks and months to come. To any newbies out there that are watching, I'll just make you aware that to get the new multi-threaded version, you need to download the 2.8 beta version from the website. The stable version that you may be running, well, the stable version won't have multi-threading just yet, and I reckon it'll be a while before it does. So head on over to digitalcombatsimulator.com and download the beta version. Overall, this new multi-threading update is kind of what I expected. I didn't get a huge increase in FPS, but it was definitely enough for me to notice, and let's face it, any FPS increase is welcome. I think in the weeks and months to come we'll see this improve and become more stable. And I almost forgot there's a rumour that having VSync switched on is like causing a few issues. So if you're tinkering around with it and you're having a few issues, definitely try turning off VSync.